Americans, creators of this world and every world. They put chains on us, put us on them boats, took us across the world, and enslaved us. And true princes, Yhwh, Yhwh Shai, dropping to my knees, yeah. Shake the enemy, yeah. Took my energy, yeah. Really, trick right up they sleeve, yeah.
19 to 14. Alright, first and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High God, Yhwh, and His only begotten Son, Yhwh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. We are the 12 tribes of Israel waking back up to our true nationality across the four corners of the earth.
That's right.
Primarily in this land known as America.
That's right.
That spiritual Egypt, that spiritual Sodom, that spiritual Babylon. You see, this is that very place that the Bible speaks about that will get destroyed by fire. This is that very place where the Bible speaks about where it says Judah and Israel will be oppressed together. This is that land, America, with 3 Ks, no Cs. This is that land where they still put knees in our neck and we die. This is that land where we're gunned down in the streets. This is that land where we're mass incarcerated. But instead of us coming back together, instead of us stop gangbanging and tying flags and realizing that we have the same enemy, we continue to kill each other. We continue to sell drugs. We continue to say, this my block. That's yours. I'm blood. I'm Crip. I'm King. I'm Nyata. I'm Solid. I'm all these nonsense gangs. You claim you're tough, but as soon as the white man come, you don't want to be a nigga no more.
That's right.
You run away from the cops. But then you come up to us and try to stop us when all we're doing is speaking back the truth to the earth.
Bring it out.
Telling you you're more than a black man, more than a black woman, more than a Hispanic man, more than a Hispanic woman, more than a native. You are the 12 tribes of Israel.
That's right.
Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Holy Bible. You see, your church does not teach you the truth. You can walk in front, no problem.
You're good.
You can walk in front.
You're good.
The church does not teach you the truth. The church does nothing but lie to you. The church does nothing but ask you for money to keep those doors open. But when Corona hit, they said, well, peace, you can cash at me though. But you still flock to those churches. You still, Jesus. All this nonsense that's going on.
Bring it out.
When you have to realize that we're living in the last days.
That's right.
You have to realize that the very things that's going on earth now is written in that book that collects dust on your shelves. And it's called the Bible. Read.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 14. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit.
Salaki, start at 13. Go ahead.
Verse 13. The princes of Zion, Zoan, are become fools.
Read.
The princes of Noth are deceived. They've also seduced Egypt.
You see, the princes of Zoan and the princes of Noth is when the Greeks conquered Egypt. This is when, during the campaign of Alexander the Great, when he began to conquer the known world.
Bring it out.
You see, he set up his governments and what you call his senators of Greece within Noth and Zoan. So read that again from the top.
Verse 13. The princes of Zoan are become fools.
You see, the white man has become a fool. Read.
The princes of Noth are deceived.
Go ahead.
They've also seduced Egypt.
And they have seduced Egypt. You see, the white man has seduced America. They said, put on that mask. If not, you're gonna get corona. They said, it's okay if a little boy wants to be a little girl. They have done nothing but teach all of these false doctrines on the earth.
Bring it out.
And you wonder why sin is going to and fro. Keep reading.
Even they that are the stay of the tribes thereof.
Keep reading.
Verse 14. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst of thereof.
You see, the Lord has mingled a perverse spirit. Once again, this perverse spirit is everybody thinking you can get high, people popping pills, saying homosexuality is normal, when you have to realize that everything this white man and everything this government, which is the beast, which is the Antichrist, which is the devil that the Bible speaks of, everything they conceive and place in your minds is nothing but sin.
Bring it
It's
out.
nothing but wickedness. You see, you all cool because you got a fly car, you got your little blunt, you went to the packy, and you got your little job. But as soon as you hear, this is not an alert, this is serious. We have nuclear bombs pointing towards America. Then you're gonna realize what those niggas in sticks were telling you on the corners is true. Keep reading. From the Bible.
This is Isaiah.
Questions? I said, you have any questions? You sure? You believe in the Bible? Are
Yeah.
you learning the truth of the Bible? Well, come learn it. All right, God bless. Keep reading.
All
Verse
praises.
14. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof.
And you see, since the Lord mingled this perverse spirit, he has caused Egypt to error and
Shalom,
every
brother.
work thereof. Everybody's running to and fro in all of these religious ideologies, all of these doctrines, all of these false narratives, and listening to media, especially that devil known as social media, where you sit all day like this.
Bring it out.
Keep reading.
As a drunken man staggereth in his vomit.
Keep reading.
15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt.
Read it again.
Neither shall there be any work for Egypt.
Don't you see all of these places still closed down? Don't you see all these mom and pop shops getting closed down because of this plague that the Lord has sent through the workings of the white man? Just because something is created by a white man does not mean that the Most High did not put it in that man's mind. Get that in Isaiah 54. What you have to realize is the Lord is in control of everything. When a great tempest hits a land and you see that tidal wave or tsunami, that is the Lord.
Isaiah 45 and
This
7.
is Isaiah 54 and 16.
Read.
Behold, I have created the smith that
Read
blows the
loud.
coal.
Say it again.
This is Isaiah 54 and verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith.
You see, the Lord creates the smith. The Lord creates the inventors. The Lord puts that wisdom within a man's mind to carry out his will.
Bring it out.
Behold, I have created the smith.
The Lord created a smith, a man that builds what? He works with metals and he builds weapons. Keep reading.
That bloweth the coal in the fire.
That bloweth the coals in the fire. Keep reading.
And that bringeth forth an instrument of his work.
And that bringeth forth an instrument of his work, of the Lord's work. Read.
And I have created the waster to destroy.
And he has created the waster to destroy. This is a biblical prophecy of nuclear thermal weapons. Where the Lord put within a man's mind learning how to split the atom. And with him splitting the atom, he created a nuclear bomb, an atomic bomb. He created the waster to destroy. And with that, did not the Lord say, even your churches teach you this, that the Lord came in water to cleanse the earth. But when he comes back again, he will come in fire. Well, that fire will be carried out with nuclear thermal destruction. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Holy Bible. Keep reading Isaiah 19.
Neither shall there be any work for Egypt.
Neither shall there be any work for Egypt. This is the plagues that were happening upon this land, America, where everybody was losing their jobs, where there was more declared people with unemployment than ever before recorded in this country. This is why they're talking about a second stimulus check. Why? Because a gift destroyeth the heart. Keep reading.
Which the head or tail,
Which the head, which the top people in charge, and the bottom people, the rich and the poor, read,
branch or rush,
ranch or rush, which is the middle class, read,
may do.
may do. You see, everybody is losing their jobs. They're losing their money. And this is all written within that book that you call the Holy Bible. Keep
That's right. Verse 16. In that day shall Egypt be like unto woman.
You see, in that day shall Egypt be like unto women. Oh, you gotta put those gloves on, hand sanitizer, and wear that face mask. And not just that, what about the uproars that's happening because of that martyr known as George Floyd? I'm not gonna go into conspiracy theory. Oh, he was a Freemason, he was this, he was that. Put it like this, he's causing an uproar within this nation. And even though what the white man does is he pays people through things on Craigslist and through all of these little apps, he pays the white man, predominantly, he pays the white man to rally with us and burn down buildings. $25 an hour. He spray paints anarchy. He spray paints Black Lives Matter in places, and we're not doing this. All we're doing is wanting to rally and march and cry out and say we're tired of the conditions we're living in. But what does the white man do? He does all of these things. He places all of these devices to make us look like if we're animals when they're the animals. How many countless videos have you seen so-called blacks and Hispanics stopping white men from burning things down? How many videos on your YouTube platforms do you see white men bashing in windows? White men passing out bricks? You see, there were pallets of bricks all throughout downtown Manhattan. And now you see nothing but all these people breaking into these places. You see everybody running out with sneakers, everybody running out with laptops and all of these things. But what you have to realize is that everything we do will be infiltrated by the white man, except when it comes to this truth. Because you can't infiltrate this truth because your arms are too short to box with God.
That's right.
Keep reading.
And it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the head
Read
of
that
the Lord.
Read it again from the top.
Verse 16. In that day shall Egypt be like unto woman.
You see, Egypt shall be like unto women. Keep reading.
And it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the head of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it.
You see, the Lord is shaking this place up. The Lord is sending these diseases. The Lord is sending all of these uproars of all these nations rioting and rallying and destroying all these places. The Lord is sending what it was called, those giant hornets. The Lord is sending these things. The locusts. The Lord is sending all of these plagues. But what you have to realize is the Lord is sending these things because he wants us to come back to repent. Get Wisdom of Solomon 12. 12 and 1. 12 and 2. Get that real quick.
This is the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 2.
Chapter 12, verse 2.
Chapter 12 and verse 2.
Read.
Therefore, chastenest thou them. Therefore, chastenest thou them by little and little that offend.
You see, the Lord punishes us little and little that offend his laws, that offend his word. Keep reading.
And warnest them by putting them in remembrance.
And the Lord warns us with all of these plagues, with all of these uproars, with all of these things that's going on upon the earth, because he's trying to make us remember who he is. Keep reading.
Wherein they have offended, that leaving their own wickedness,
That leaving our own wickedness, keep reading,
they may believe on thee,
that
O
you might
Lord.
believe on the Lord. Keep reading.
Verse 17.
Uh-huh.
And the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt.
And the what?
And the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt.
And that land of Judah is a terror unto Egypt. You see, there are many different facets that the land of Judah is a terror unto Egypt. You see, you have all of these so-called African Americans rallying up and coming and beating up cops. Once again, throwing those bricks and tired of the conditions that we're in. That is the land of Judah being a terror unto Egypt. And not just that, the so-called Judahites, the so-called African Americans, is the ones that brought this truth out into existence. The land of Judah, the people of Judah, is the very people of why we're standing on these corners now.
Bring it out.
Preaching that truth back into the earth. Keep reading. All right?
Make yourselves right in front of
us.
Make yourselves right in front of us.
In himself.
See, everyone that is making it mention are afraid of themselves. This is why white people be like, "Hi, how you doing? That Black Lives Matter." They don't care. Yo, he's getting off the line. Come in. They don't care. They do not care about us. If you cared about us, if you cared about the conditions that we were in, what you would do is you would actually give us what we deserve. You would give us back our land that you stole. You will go back into your caves that you came from.
That's right.
You talk about, I care. But while we go to sleep, listen to the police sirens, gunshots and screams in the ghettos of America, you go back to your suburbs.
That's right.
And you go to sleep peacefully. You don't have to worry about paying your bills because it's all taken care of. You don't have to worry about getting a loan for a house.
Because of the counsel of the Lord of hosts, which he has determined against it. In that day shall 5 cities in the land of Egypt speak the language of Canaan.
You see, in that day shall 5 cities of the land of Egypt speak the language of Canaan. What is that language of Canaan? That is that Lashawan Kodash. That is that true ancient Paleo-Hebrew.
Bring it out, huh? Bring it out.
The very thing that we have within our shirt, saying Shema Yasha'Allah, Allah Hayya Nawa Yahweh Akkad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Keep reading.
And swear to the Lord of hosts, one shall be called the city of destruction.
And we're going to swear to the Lord of hosts that this is going to be called the city of destruction, because this land, America, will be destroyed. Keep reading.
In that day shall there be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt.
In that day, there's going to be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt. Where you're looking at that altar, you're looking at those men that are sacrificing their lives, standing out here to preach the truth back into your ears. To tell you, you have to repent and come back to the Lord. You got to put that cigarette down, that blunt down, that bottle down. You have to stop fornicating. You have to stop committing adultery. Stop committing idolatry and come back to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God.
That's right.
And you have to have faith within that man that you call Jesus Christ, real name being Yahweh Shah. Keep reading.
In that day shall there be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border thereof to the Lord.
Keep reading.
Verse 20. And it shall be for a sign.
And it shall be for a sign. We are that sign. You ask for a miracle, well, we are that miracle. We are those same people who were gangbanging, selling drugs, fornicating, and wilding in these same streets that you walk up and down. But the Lord has called us to stand on these corners and bring back the truth unto the world.
Bring it out, huh?
And to tell you that you will be the kings of the next earth. And that these people that oppress us, we will oppress them.
And it shall be for a sign and for a witness unto the Lord of hosts in the land of Egypt.
And we are that sign, and we are that witness that is in the land of Egypt, showing you that the Lord is coming back to his people. The Lord is trying to wake up his people. Jeremiah 16:16. Hold that. Read.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers.
You see, the Lord is sending many fishers on this land. This is this different variety, of all these different facets of what you call camps, or what we call camps. You understand? And we are fishing people out. You see, we are not men that sit here and say, you got to join us. As long as you put on that banner and call yourself an Israelite and repent and stand on these same corners and preach unto the Lord, well, guess what? We're right there with you.
Bring it out, Doc.
We are right there with you. It doesn't matter about a camp, because guess what? When those chariots come, we're all going to be the same. We're all going to be the same. We're all going to be in the land together, fighting that same person. Read that again.
Behold, I will send for many fishers, save the Lord. And they shall fish them.
And we are fishing people out because people are drowning within this cup of fornication that the white man has spread across the earth. We are drowning in that cup. We are loving sin. We are loving everything that's wrong. But we are fishing people back out. We are telling you that there is more that you can be and more that you can do. God bless, brother.
God bless.
And after will I send for many hunters.
But there's going to come a time where the Lord is going to send for hunters to hunt the very people that persecute us down. Go ahead.
And they shall hunt them from every mountain.
From every mountain, which is every high nation, read.
And from every hill.
And from every hill, read.
And out of the holes of the rocks.
This is what you call those doomsday bunkers. You think you can hide from the Lord in a doomsday bunker? You can't hide from the Lord. You can't run from your judgment. When the Lord comes, this entire earth will know who he is, whether you believe in him or not. You're going to realize and see those pierced hands and see all those scars upon his body and see him within his glory and realize this is the man that we persecuted. This is that lamb that we hung upon that cross. And now he's coming as a lion. Jump down to 19.
Verse 19. O Lord, my strength and my fortress.
You see, the Lord is our strength and the Lord is our fortress. Keep reading.
And my refuge in the day of affliction. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth.
You see, the Gentiles, the other nations, are going to come unto us from the ends of the earth because they're going to cleave onto the hem of him that calls him a Jew. They're going to grab onto those fringes and say, you are God's chosen people. As it says in Zechariah 8 verse 22. Yeah, keep reading.
And shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies.
And you're going to say, surely have our fathers have inherited lies. Christianity was a lie. Buddhism was a lie. Islam was a lie. These are the children of God. And they are going to bow down before us. Keep reading.
Vanity and things wherein there is no profit.
And everything that all these nations, predominantly the so-called white man, has taught upon this earth, they're going to realize it's been nothing but a lie. It's been nothing but vanity.
This is Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. And that knowing the times, that now it is high time
But you
to
have
awake.
to realize that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. Because the Lord is coming very soon. The Lord is knocking on your doors. The Lord is telling his people to come back unto him. Because you are running out of time. what you have to realize is once again, this place is going to be destroyed by nuclear thermal destruction.
That's right.
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
Ephesians chapter 5 verse 15.
Read.
See then that ye walk circumspectly.
See, you have to work circumspectly. You have to realize and watch everything that's going on around you. Look at these riots. Look at these plagues. Look at all of these curses and all of these things that the Lord is sending upon this earth. Keep reading.
Not as fools, but as wise.
But not as fools, but as wise. Keep reading.
Redeeming the time.
Redeeming the time. Realizing what time you're living in. Read.
Because the days are evil.
Because these days are evil. These days are evil. And with that, I say shalom.
Shalom.
Sure.